Welcome to the second episode of the Yuba FC podcast. I'm here with Pete and
Manny Collazo.
Yeah, I'm Diego.
yeah. What do you gotta say, Pete?
Nothing, just excited to have these two boys back. Obviously, you guys went to Spain, playing professionally over there now. How's life over there?
I mean, it's like a dream, honestly. Like we always wanted, like we've been trying, since well, like when we were little, we went to Mexico before in the winter, and then in the summer we got the opportunity. We seized it. I'm glad we did because we'd be at community college if we didn't. So
Yeah. Let's break down a little bit of like the life over there, like the living situation, the culture. How's all that?
So right now we're living in like a residence over there. It's like kind of like a dorm
Where are you guys living right now?
in Leganés.
Okay.
It's in like a little. It's like in Madrid, but not really in Madrid.
Like a satellite town of Madrid.
Yeah. So it's like a residence, like a dorm over there, and we get food, obviously like included and all that. I mean, yeah, it's nice residence. We
You
have
guys
a gym.
roommates?
Yeah, we have.
That's
We have
tight.
there's a gym. There's laundry. There's like a playroom where they have like they have pool. They have ping pong, and then they have like a cinema and a PS5 and the study room. So I mean, you got everything there.
Cool.
Yeah, being twins, who's the best at pool? Who's winning?
He's honestly-
I think I'm better.
You're better?
He's actually
You're better?
really
I was better at football.
we don't compare.
But yeah, so I mean it's amazing. I had the privilege of getting to play with these two since 15? You guys are 16 years old, yeah. And then I gotta watch them grow up, play, and I always told them. I always told you guys, you guys would make it one day. You just believed in it, and it's honestly an honor, and it's awesome to watch you guys continue to grow as players and people, and become young men and go into the professional realm. Like it's amazing, bro. So honestly, it is.
Yeah, thank you, man. I mean, I think you've also helped us a lot in our development. Like being 16, we started playing with men, and obviously you have to adapt playing with like your age group to men because they're stronger, they're faster, and I think I think it just really helped us in the long run playing with men at an early age.
Yeah. What was the biggest jump? Obviously, you have the physical side of the game where we're just older, bigger, stronger, faster. But what do you guys think? You each can answer this one. What's you guys' thing? How do you guys feel affected you guys the most outside of the physical aspect of the game? Like, what do you think was the biggest factor?
Me, I think it would be speed of play is different for sure. It's not really just like, for example, in youth, like MLS Next, whatever you see now, it's really like, just really like, there's no pace to it, or I guess you could say that, but it's really long ball, just trying to score every time you have the ball, score, and it's really more like, when you have the ball, it's like be patient with it, build up slowly, stuff like that. Sometimes you have to go long, but like it's really like, there's players that know how to control the game, and it's like, they'll like, for example, midfielders get it and just ping it around, and like they'll have the ball for like a minute or more than that, and then get a shot off. And it's like in youth level, you don't really see that.
Yeah.
I think for me, like when we moved to like men's football, I think for me it was more like my confidence because obviously you're playing with your age group. Sometimes it's easy, but like when you move up to that, I just feel like you're playing against players better than you or as good as you. So sometimes it's hard to have confidence to be like I know what I could do, but like you'll shy away sometimes just so you don't mess up and get yelled at or get
Yeah. No, totally. And one thing that I could always say with you guys is, as you guys had the dog mentality that I say a lot of kids, I think your age don't really have. Going in there playing with guys like Luis Martinez, who's played professionally. A lot of us have played college or have been playing in the semi-pro realm for a while. Like you went in there and you held your own, especially being in the middle of the park. Like it's a totally different game. You don't get the luxury of like hiding on the outside with like a winger or a fullback kind of hiding away from the play. Like the ball was always on your feet. And I think you guys did a wonderful job, especially that first season, kind of really being like the central part of our midfield, especially going forward, because Kenji was sitting deep underneath, but you guys were really the playmakers going forward,
Yeah. I just feel like also playing with those type of players it'll help too because they have experience. They can help you. They could sometimes even like guide you in the game. So I think it's important. Like it was important for us to have people with experience around us to help us develop even more.
Yeah, like playing with just better. Like usually you think the higher level, like it's harder to play, but it's honestly way easier. Like it's better players, so you have an option, or there'll always be an option for you besides like if you're playing with Kenji. There's no option at all. You just sit there. but like for example, like playing with Luis, like and like or just playing against other teams like that, it's high level. Like they're better. They might be better than us, but it's like we also have talent to compete. And it's like it just I don't know. It's easier to play with high level people like that. I remember when we went to try with America, we're the U23s, and I was like, there's people who debut with the first team there, but it was like so easy to play with them. Like honestly, we played so much good football when we were on trial with them. With that like those 3-4 days with them, we played so well. And it's like again, you think it'd be harder to play, but it's so much easier because they're smarter, they're faster, like and they're like decision making is better. So yeah.
Yeah, totally. Going back to what you said about confidence, what is if for you? What do you think is the best way for you guys, especially you specifically, Diego, for building your confidence playing, going from being a young age? Because I mean, now when we play, I think a lot of us dog you for it, but it's one of the most wonderful things is when you demand the ball. Like you got that iconic little like call for the ball, you know.
Yeah.
But it's you demand it. You want the ball at your feet, you know. And I think that shows your confidence, right? And you make the right decisions. You get the ball, you know.
Yeah.
But what kind of helped build that? Whether it was off the pitch or on the pitch, what really helped you build that confidence?
I mean, I think there's not like one thing to it. Obviously, it's like playing with Yuba. Eventually, like once you start playing more games, you gain more confidence because you know after a few wins or something, you have momentum. But also, I feel like off the pitch or not off the pitch, but by yourself or training, at least with him individually, it also helps to get touches and like more just getting touches on yourself. But also, I told someone else too in high school because we weren't playing, but there was a kid that was like shy away from the ball, and I would do it too. But it's like they say, fake it till you make it. Exactly. You have to come and ask for the ball, even if you don't want it. Just do it.
Exactly.
And I would just start doing it. I mean, and I guess it worked for me.
Yeah. How about you, man?
I'm not gonna lie. Like, and it's gonna sound weird. I've never had a point where I didn't have confidence. Like, I know it sounds like maybe cocky or like ego, but like I know he wanted to say the same thing because I know.
No, I've had.
There's times it's like it's just I always want the ball. It's like it's just different when I'm on the field. It's like I'm playing my game. Like I don't really care like about the other team. It's like you have to go into the field, go into the game thinking like that. Like these guys can't guard me. These guys aren't that good. Like to be able to play your game. And so like I would say I haven't really had a phase where it's like I was low confidence or anything like that. Maybe there's games or a phase where maybe I do play bad, but I still don't shy away from the ball. I still don't like try to do my game. Like it's just I feel like I've always had that, and I mean even now like going over there like like in Spain for example, like I feel like I'm playing like really well right now, and also like again it's like I don't know, it's hard not to like want the ball. It's like if you're playing in the field, you want the ball, so it's like I don't know, for me, people who don't want the ball and stuff like that, it's like, I don't know. You need to look at themselves and it's like, get better, innit?
Do you attribute that to time, like the amount of time you've had playing,
so,
or just is that who you are as a person?
I think it is. We've been playing for so long and playing at a high level for so long, so it's like being able to have confidence and play your game. I think it's like kind of like in our blood already.
Oh, totally. I had a coach, totally different sport. He was a baseball coach, but he was one of the most winningest coaches in all of California history. And one of his things he always told me and told our teams was, you should go into every game thinking you're the best player that's walked on earth. You don't act like it, you don't show it, you don't go tell people that, but you should believe that. And if you believe that way, like when you do struggle, like you're just like, all right, next time I got this guy, you know? And I feel like it's translated for me. I mean, I'm a multi-sport guy. I played all different kinds of sports. But for soccer especially, right? Because the game can put you on your basically ass so fast. Yeah, put you on your ass so fast. From you can be winning one moment and in a second everything's taken away from you, you know. And you got to learn to kind of keep that steady head. You're gonna make bad passes. You're gonna make mistakes, right? And you got to be able to just flush it. I think Pep Guardiola was one of those people that said the most important part of a footballer is his brain, right, up here. Yeah. And I mean, playing with you guys and watching you guys and getting to coach you guys a little bit, like I've been able to say out of everyone that I've got to work with, from my women's teams to my men's teams, like you two have some of the most just down to earth and just you guys just work. And I think that is another reason why you're at where you're at, right? And I think that a lot more players need to start realizing like you got to just have that kind of dog mentality where you feel like I don't care if this guy took the ball from me this time, I want the ball to go at him again. And I think if you watch like those top players like Jamal or Vinny or Mbappe, like they want the ball, right? And when you start shying away from it, like you turn into those Harry Maguires where like they don't even want to pass the ball back to him, and he's like and he wants to kick the ball out, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's amazing, especially with you, Manny. Like you said, like you've just never really struggled with it so much. You just always wanted the ball at your feet, and I think that's what, as a midfielder especially, I think that's what you need to have. You need to have that mentality. It doesn't matter how good you are on the ball if you never have it, right? And so I think it's a really impressive mindset to take even on to the next level, you know?
Yeah.
Do you guys see a lot of that? You said from before you started at Yuba FC, right? Or when you guys entered that, you guys noticed a change in mindset, right? The players, their mentality was different, not just their physicality. Do you guys say you guys have noticed another jump? Is that mindset more common now that you're in the professional level? Do you think you think more people share that in the team?
I think so. I think it also comes with from the coaches. So, how to explain it? Over there, since there isn't really a structure for U23s, so when it's U19s, it's like who in you. So it's like U teams, you play against other U teams. But once it's U23, it's like they put you in an adult league. And so, like, for example, like Barca Real, like their C teams are just in a adult league. And so basically, like, we're for sure like the best team there. And so we kind of have to go into like a mentality and go into a game, every game. Like, they're going to be in a low block. We're going to always be the better team. So we have to be patient and like to break them down. So I think just in general, because of that, everyone just has that mentality. We're like the best team. We're just good. So I think that's why. I think here, starting up, it was different because like we're a new team and stuff like that. But over there, it's like it's an established team, obviously. So I think it is a little different.
Yeah, in terms of the coaching structure, I know in American football, a lot of it is kick and run or just be athletic and let the wingers just run or the forwards run onto the ball. In Spain, obviously at that top level in La Liga and that stuff, it's a lot more possession based, a lot more structured to how we play. Is it the same way down in the U23s? Is there a lot more structure to the trainings and to the games and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's a lot more tactical, I guess. The coaches really focus on the tactic side of the ball or of the game, and usually every week is preparing for that specific game. So if they know the team's gonna sit, we work on how to break down a low block. Team's gonna press. We try to see how we could get out from the press, or just certain things like that. It's more tactical. Where to move, invert the wing back, or when the wing backs stay wide and the winger to come in the like little half space. It's like stuff like that where they value that more than the physical aspect.
Mm-hmm. Is there, in terms of like obviously like you said, there's a lot more tactics and a lot more structure. Is there any tactics or structures that you've had to adapt to that you've never had to play before? Because I know playing at a high level, you've had coaches that are from overseas before, high level coaches in like the ECNL programs and MLS Next programs. Are they on the same kind of level tactically as over there, or is it obviously a lot more higher just because it's a professional realm and it's over there in Spain?
I think it's different. Like like when we're playing here, it's really just like one formation, one way to press. Over there, it's like we're working on like 2 or 3 different ways to press, like forcing outside, forcing inside, having this person press instead of the striker press, like or that be the trigger, Also formation wise, sometimes we build out with 4 in the back, sometimes with 3 and inverted winger. So it's like it's a lot to process, but I mean it's part of the game now, like tactical. Yeah, they really value that, like you said, value it a lot. So it's like we do work on a lot of different things over there, like when it comes to the tactical side. So it is different, but obviously it's gonna be better, it's higher level. So.
And over there, they also they say aparecer, which is what our coach says, which means to appear into the space, not to just sit in it. Because like, I'll give an example, just because we were just talking about Kenji. No offense, Kenji. He will sit in that space, right? And that's fine sometimes. Or like a lot of sixes do that. That's not what our coach wants to do, but they'll sit in that space in front of the center backs to just like wait to get the ball. But what he wants is like, for me, for example, I'd play the 6. And it was a little weird when he first told me. He wanted me to stay behind like the line, like say they play a 4-4-2. They want me in behind the 4 midfield to where like instead of staying in front of them, I guess, to when like say they want to press or like there's a moment they want me to appear in that space and then switch it and then get out instead of just staying there. Even though staying there sometimes could be better, they want us to appear more because honestly I don't know why. But that's what it does make sense. But that's what he has like instilled in a lot of us and like everyone in general is to peer into the space. Don't already be there.
Right. Yeah. I think a lot of, especially when we talk about going back to American football, because that's where we're here. I think a lot of times they do have that kind of Americanized structure. Like, this is your position. You sit in that spot, right? Right back, you stay in. Right back, you stay out wide, right? And I think that's what has, in my opinion, we can speak on this in a little bit, but I think that's one reason American football is not advanced to the terms of European play. Especially on the national level. Like, you see, we have the athletes to do it. We have Christian Pulisic that can hang with them. We have these other guys that are very talented, but we play this kickball thing still. Do you think that is something that's holding back the American football, like, international side and just the whole as a whole? Do you think that's something?
Yeah, I think it's improving now. Like, obviously a lot, like a few years ago maybe it was all just kickball, long ball, and all that. But now I feel like it's starting to develop to where, like, more teams are trying to play it out of the back. More teams are improving on the technical side, and I feel like, at least in the U.S., like the national team, at least most of those guys are in Europe, and now that they have, before they was an American coach, but now that they have Pochettino, I feel like they could at least succeed, but more because they understand the tactics already, and they have a coach there that is obviously a good coach. So I think it'll help, and especially I think the youth teams also are trying to play more out of the back and improve tactically. So I think it's improving in general. But
the one thing I will say, only thing that's weird I don't understand here is like a lot of routes to pro is college, obviously. Even you'll be on a pro team, you will even sign a contract, maybe like a academy contract, and you still go to college. I never understood that. Like, I just feel like if you're good enough, just bring them up, because I feel like college is like D1, at least D1. It's just a lot, just athletes. I just feel like with that, it won't really football won't really progress. Like, obviously, there's probably good teams that play out of the back and stuff, but really, if you think about it, like recruiting wise, like you try helping us. It's really they care about height, they care about your stature, your physical aspect, the physical aspect of the game. So it's it's weird. Like, when it comes to like shorter midfielders, even in Europe, like they're coming out of they're not really in the game anymore. You really see it, like, for example, Real. You see they're all like 5'10".
Yeah.
So like it's different,
Do you think in terms in the American side, do you think that is attributed to, again, the kind of like NFL combine, NBA combine? They want these guys jacked and ripped and tall and fast, and they'd rather have that instead of having someone that's a little more technical, maybe not as physically immaculate, but a lot more technical gifted, like a Busquets or like a Messi, for example, that they're just so gifted, but they're not that big, buff, Thai-looking guy, like someone like that. That's just like a specimen, They want. Do you think that's attributed to like the American kind of aspect of sports, where they just want these top giant athletes?
I think so, but it also does depend on the program as well. A lot of programs, like for example, Stanford, they just want, from what I understand, because our old coach was he was assistant. They want big guys that can run. Obviously, they're probably alright technically. They have to be technical, but they just wanted big guys that run. They're quick. They got on the ball, like dribblers. But I think there are some programs that do want technical players, but it's not more the American side. Like, it's not just American football, because that coach that we had was Irish. So it's not just American, but I just feel like here there's more athletes here that are developed. So I think that's what they look for, since there's just so much more athletes than like technical players, I guess. So that's what's available,
Totally.
Adding on to that, I mean, I don't know if I can say this about OKSM and like how you remember. I remember you said a coach said like, give us like a tall, big player. We'll teach him how to play.
Yeah.
I remember saying that. So I think it also adding to that, like, I mean, shows you working that. And like, that's some coaches just want that, and they'll just, like you said, we'll teach them how to play. And I just don't like that, honestly. It's just weird.
Yeah, no, totally. And I mean, I'm 5'9", right? And when I was going through my collegiate process, I had bigger schools turn me down because they're like, we don't want a 5'9" center back, we want a 6'3" center back. Even though my vertical was the same as theirs, if I was faster, I was better with my feet. It just, they wanted a big giant center back, And so I totally understand it on that side as an athlete. And it can be frustrating, and I think in my opinion, in the American game. I think if we can start going away from trying to make it more of a, this is how we do it in America. We have baseball, we have basketball, we have football. That's very, like, this is your position, you know, you stay there. I think if we can get more into the free flowing, like Pep Guardiola, or how a lot of other countries do it, where yeah, you have a position, this is the majority where you be, but you come in and out, right? How you guys said appear. I think the appearing is a beautiful way of saying it, because I always say check in and check out, but I think appearing is perfect, right? It's right, you're not there, and then you're just there, right? And it's a timing thing, and it's a understanding. If you go too early, you went too early. Now they can shift, right? Or if you go too late, you miss your chance, right? I think it's very. I really like that term. I'm definitely gonna be stealing that moving forward. But yeah, let's switching back to Yuba FC and your time there. Diego, what's one of your top moments of playing? Whether it could even be just the trainings or anything like that, and then Manny will get yours right after.
I mean, I could always just say, like, obviously winning the league the first season's obviously probably up there, probably the best one. But besides that, it's a while ago. Honestly, I can't remember. From the first season, it was obviously our best season. So I try to think from that, but that was probably my best season, like at least stat wise. But I just think that the group of guys are honestly great. I just think training sometimes and just the vibe of being there is what I like. I enjoy the most, because there'd be times where, like, we just chill after practice, just talking.
Yeah.
Or even like during training, we messing around. We still be serious, but I just really enjoyed the atmosphere of the group of guys that we had.
Totally. How about you, man?
Yeah, I'd say the same. Like, the best accomplishment, obviously, win the league. Close second is when Kenji left. But no, winning the league, obviously, I feel like you said, the group of guys is great. All of them. Like, there's obviously people more serious and people who just mess around also. But like, honestly, like, I really like playing with like Luis, for example. He's so tight. He's so good. Like, just quality. You know, just like for example, yesterday, just like we're just juggling. Like, quality's so good. It's like it's fun, and it's like we have a lot of people there. It's like small sided games or stuff like that. Like little like passing drills. Like it'll be sharp and quality. And that's what I really like. And also like you said, to add on to that aspect of like a friendship, a family. I really like that, honestly.
Yeah, I would say one of the things that for me, obviously, being involved in every aspect now as a coach, as a player, as an owner, one of the things that I've loved the most about it is like you said, like the family aspect, where we've never had issues off the pitch. We've all been able to get along. For the most part, like we all stay in contact, right? Like you guys are in Spain and we're all out here rooting for you. And then you guys are supporting us from over there, you know. Like I think it's a really awesome thing to have kind of a brotherhood, you know, with our guys from all over, especially with all of us in different ages, different places. It's one of the coolest, I think, aspects of the team. And winning that first season obviously was really special with all the doubters, and then putting us down in the lower league and having everyone tell us we're not going to be good enough to do it, and we can't do it with how old we were or how young we were. And I think it was a really special season to go undefeated and to just especially win it at home, you know.
Yeah, that's true. For everyone at home.
Yeah, it's always fun to win it at home, you know. I did have one more question for you guys. If you could give advice to an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old that's looking to maybe go to the professional world, or maybe even just play at the next level to develop as a player, we'll start with you, Manny. What is your advice you give?
And honestly, it's like for me, I think there's a couple. Obviously, really important. Obviously, you know, football is really political. You have to have contacts. I know it's hard. I know it's really up to the parents for that, but also the parents are a big part of it to support them. Like obviously, maybe let's say they're in U, but there's not really opportunity to drive them out to SAC, drive them out somewhere really high level. But really, getting those contacts is, I know it is very difficult, but at a younger age, if they can and like get out to like maybe an academy like that, it's so much better. It's so much better. And also, I think patience, just being patient. Where obviously you have to train every day, like take it seriously, but also being patient. Maybe, for example, you go on trial, you don't make it, or like with the pro team, like you have to be patient, have like perseverance, because if you just want to give up after that, like what's the point, you know? Like obviously speaking from us, we trial like 2-3 times before we made team, and we were old, like older, we're like 17, 18, we're on trial. So like if you're younger and you're going to trial already, it's like don't put yourself down. You like don't make it or don't make the team. Like you still have time. So I feel like just those things, obviously, and like you said, like political side's crazy, but like I said, if you know people, it's easier.
Yeah. What do you do?
So 7, 8 year older, you said?
Yeah, like 7 or 8.
I would say first work on your weak foot. That's important because that's something I didn't do. Now I'm having to try to do it. So I try to emphasize your weak foot, and I think at that age, just have fun. At that age, try to just have fun because once you get into like teenage years, 13, 14, and you're playing at a high level, that's where it's more about winning. Like the coaches don't care if you play or not. So I think at that age, just try to have fun. Just have fun playing. That's what I'll say. But then like once you get older, start obviously if you want to take it seriously, you're gonna have to. So that's one thing is like maybe up until 12, 13, that's when you'd have to like flip a switch and be like, okay, if I want to really do something with football, then I have to like switch on. But I think once they get older, I think important thing is to like study players that they like to watch, but also how they play. So example, like if I'm a midfielder and I'm watching Messi and I'm trying to study him, I can't do what Messi does. But like for example, me as a 6, when I was younger, I would study like not that young, maybe 16ish. That's when I started doing it. But if you could do it even earlier age, it'd be better. Like Busquets obviously is up there. I was a Real fan, so Cruz, Modric, Casemiro, all those guys. And instead of just watching the game, just to watch the game, like try to study a player or like look up on YouTube, like a game, and just watch it and try to watch this player, see what he does off the ball, on the ball. And I think you can improve a lot by doing that. Just like tactical side and just like body shape and everything like that. I think also at that age, I just feel like if they're playing at a high level at that age, I don't know, like I just say just have fun for the parents at least. Just have them have fun, and if you see that their kid might be special, like try to start planning ahead. Maybe see there's teams here close to here. So I feel like so then they could already have a head start from other kids that maybe are good, but they don't have like I guess a connection. Because like for example for us when we were young, Sac Republic was there, but we never went there because I don't know, like our parents really or our brother didn't really research like that. But I feel like if you could do that at an early age and be like, okay, there's this teams around us, he looks talented, maybe have them go on like a trial or something when they're young so they could get them out early. That could also help. But yeah, I think at a young age at least, just have fun. That's what I'd say.
No, I totally agree. Coaching young kids, I think a lot of parents get in the way of their kids' success in the sense of they try to force it onto them, or they see they are a little special and then they decide to throw them in weight training early and then trying to train an extra 3 times with private trainers. And I think a lot like what we were saying going to the collegiate side, right? There's a lot of players that are in the academy and then all of a sudden they get thrown into the college realm that is an intense season playing 25 games in 2 months, with training 2 times a day sometimes and going to school full time. It's demanding. I think that drains a lot out of players and just a person in general. So I totally agree with you in terms of having fun. The very last thing I kind of want to do is just for fun. We've had a lot of interesting kits and a lot of different kits over the years. I want to get both your guys' takes on what's your guys' favorite kits of since the very beginning.
I honestly really like the training kit that the one I wore yesterday.
Oh,
it's like black and gold. I think you're wearing it right
here.
Yeah,
This one.
I like that training kit, and I also liked. I think it was the first season. The kit that was like it was like pink and blue.
Oh yeah,
I really like that kit
one.
too.
Yeah.
But my favorite, I think I'd have to go with that one, the pink and blue one. I really like
from the
that
first
one.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm trying to think. I don't know. There's so many kits. I forget. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Even like the white one.
Yeah, I like
the first
the
season
white.
that was like
The first-
gold
the
and
gold-
white.
the
that,
white.
Like, faded
I like
into,
the white and pink one also.
Oh yeah.
The teal one is that the color? The teal one is cool too.
The one that we have right now.
That one's nice too. But honestly, if I had to go with one, but not like I'd probably say the one you said. But if not, I like the white and pink one.
White and pink one.
The one with the little pink one stripe.
Oh yeah.
That one's
Yeah,
nice.
that
That one's
was a
clean.
good kit.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, well, thank you guys again for coming out, and wish you guys the best of luck. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week.